Welcome back to the channel. In our last episode, we explored the tragic and mysterious case of Elisa Lam at the Cecil Hotel. Tonight, we take a journey to the frozen wilderness of Russia, a place where a group of young hikers met a fate so bizarre, so terrifying, that decades later, it still defies explanation. This is the mystery of the Dyatlov Pass incident. It's January 1959. 9 experienced hikers from the Ural Polytechnical Institute set off on a challenging expedition into the Ural Mountains of Soviet Russia. Their leader was Igor Dyatlov, a 23-year-old engineering student, confident and prepared. The group was young, adventurous, and ready for the challenge. They kept journals, took photos, and seemed in high spirits as they trekked into the snow. But none of them would ever come back alive. The hikers had promised to send a telegram once they returned from their expedition. But days passed, then weeks. No word came. Families grew anxious, and soon, a search party was launched. What rescuers discovered in February 1959 has haunted investigators ever since. Rescuers first found the group's tent, abandoned in the snow. But here's the disturbing part. The tent was slashed open from the inside. Inside were the hikers' belongings, boots, clothes, food, even money. Everything was left behind. It looked as though the group had fled the tent in a panic, barefoot, barely dressed, into the freezing night. Why would trained hikers do this? Not far from the tent, under a large cedar tree, searchers found the first 2 bodies, lying in their underwear, barefoot, as if they had run into the snow without preparation. The branches above were broken, as though the men had climbed desperately, perhaps to escape something. Over the next few days, more bodies were discovered, scattered across the snow. Some showed signs of hypothermia. Others revealed injuries that defied explanation. One had a fractured skull. 2 had severe chest injuries, as if crushed by a force far greater than a human attack. One hiker was missing her eyes. Another, her tongue. There were no signs of struggle with another person. No evidence of an avalanche. The mystery of Dyatlov Pass ignited countless theories. Avalanche, the official explanation for many years. But skeptics point out that the slope was too shallow and no evidence of an avalanche was found. Military experiments. Some suggest the hikers stumbled upon secret Soviet weapon tests. Strange glowing orbs were reported in the skies around that time. Yeti attack. A wilder theory suggests the group was attacked by something unknown in the wilderness. Paranormal. Others believe radiation found on some of the clothes hints at something far more mysterious. The Soviet authorities closed the investigation quickly, labeling the cause of death as an unknown compelling force. That phrase alone, unknown compelling force, only fueled more speculation. Was this a cover-up? Did officials know more than they admitted? In recent years, researchers have tried to apply modern science to the case. Some argue a rare type of slab avalanche could have caused panic, forcing the hikers to flee their tent and leading to fatal injuries. But even with new theories, many details remain unexplained. The radiation, the missing eyes and tongue, and why experienced hikers would abandon safety in such a reckless way. More than 60 years later, the Dyatlov Pass incident remains one of the greatest unsolved mysteries of the 20th century. It's a story frozen in time, 9 young lives lost to something unknown, leaving behind questions that may never be answered. To this day, the pass where the tragedy occurred bears Dyatlov's name, and people still trek there, retracing the doomed expedition, searching for answers in the snow. The Dyatlov Pass incident is chilling because it feels like a puzzle with missing pieces. A story where truth hides beneath layers of snow and silence. But in our next episode, we'll move from the icy mountains of Russia to the bustling streets of New Orleans, where one of the most mysterious serial killers in American history struck, leaving behind blood, fear, and a terrifying letter signed. The Axeman of New Orleans. So if you're ready for more mystery, don't forget to subscribe, hit the bell icon, and share this video with friends who love a good unsolved case. And remember, some stories never rest.